going on, you lizards? In this week's episode, we talk to the great and powerful Uncle Matt.
In this episode, Matt and I had just finished an 8-mile run, so we're kind of on edge. We also sit down and talk about some idiot science, some philosophy, crazy conspiracy theories, so it's quite interesting.
Yeah, guys, this was an absolute banger episode, a lot of laughs. If you haven't noticed already, we've been dropping one clip every day following the release of our most recent podcast. In this one, we're giving away $25 to one lucky subscriber that reshares one of our clips to their story. We're going to get a list of names, so I'll make sure to reach out to one of you guys and let you know if you won. We hope you enjoy this podcast. Let's go.
Peace. Boom. GG Pod.
Uncle Matt in the building.
The return of the Dark Knight.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Uncle Matt?
I am fantastic, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing good. I like the mustaches you boys are growing
Yes,
out.
sir. Yeah, we just went for an 8-mile run, son. Then I put some fucking hair on your mustache.
It'll put some
you know
testosterone in your fucking upper lip, won't it?
Yes,
Come
sir.
on now.
That's tough.
Yeah, we got after it. 8 miles. It was nice and easy, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. With
Nice
somebody
and
else,
easy.
man. So much easier.
We got some big goals going on this year, huh, Matt?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me and Darrian got some stuff going on.
Yeah, some shit. It's scary to me, bro.
Would you guys lock it in? Did you guys lock it in?
We kind of,
we locked it in
Really?
Yeah.
around New Year's, yeah.
Is this shit not working? What's going on here?
Oh, wait. Yo, you might have turned him up. My brother was messing with this shit earlier.
Yeah, it is, bro. Yeah, that's why we're so fucking loud, too.
Yeah.
Thank God I caught that.
My brother was here earlier messing with it.
That'd have been real bad. Yeah, no, you're good now. Go ahead. Talk to it real quick.
Testing, talking.
There you go. Let's
All
go.
right, let's go.
Boom, boom,
Alright,
boom,
so-
boom, 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 boom.
Restart.
So you boys locked it in?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
around New Year's, man.
Around New Year's.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So
It
how's
actually-
that?
It actually turned out to be like the first week was the first week of the year, so
Mm.
it wasn't a New Year's resolution because I don't believe in those, but like
Really?
it just kind of turned out that way, yeah.
No, I mean, I'm starting to I don't know where I stand on New Year's resolutions now, because I think New Year's resolutions are bullshit if you just say some shit and you don't actually mean it. But I was telling you downstairs, I set a few, I won't say New Year's resolutions, but I set a few goals for this year. And this is the 1 year that I've actually set some goals like that where I'm actually trying very hard to achieve what I want to do. So in that regard, I think it could be beneficial if you just actually mean it when you say it, not just that typical bullshit everybody says all the time, I'm gonna get that gym membership this year, start lifting, and you never do it. But
Yeah, I mean, if you put time limits and quantify it, then yeah. But if you just say I'm gonna get in shape in 2023, that has no meaning behind it.
There has to be a metric. There has to be this is what I want to achieve, and it has to be specific, to a point where you can measure it.
Did you ever hear of SMART goals? It's like an acronym.
Mm-mm.
I shouldn't have brought it up because I can't remember what it is. We got Jamie over here.
Yo,
Can you
Young
look
X,
that up?
can you look up the
SMART
acronym
goals. Oh, wait,
SMART
bro.
goals?
SMART goals, yeah.
you're probably not even gonna be able to with your phone like that, bro. You probably need my shit.
I could have brought up my laptop. See,
Stand
we're,
by.
we're working on a young Jamie
Yes.
kind of situation, young X, young Xavier X. What do we call him?
ZVXLR behind the camera.
Yeah.
Huh?
The acronym SMART goals, right?
Smart goals.
It's a good one.
Most of the times when our culture uses the word smart, it means the opposite.
Yeah, just click on images or something, it'll come up.
Talk to
Make
us.
sure your mic's on. Wait. Go for it. Now talk.
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Ah,
There you go.
okay, that's
Yeah.
actually tough. I like that.
Wait,
Smart
can you get that
goals.
one more time? So
Specific,
Specific
measurable,
goals, measurable,
achievable,
achievable,
relevant,
Mhm.
and time-bound.
Ah, okay.
So that's a good way to set a goal with all of those things in mind.
Yeah.
Specific goal with a measurement that is achievable, that's not too out of reach.
Yeah.
What's it? Relative, so it makes sense according to what your life is and how your life's going, and then
Yeah.
putting a time limit on it, because if you give yourself all the time in the world, it's kind of like that Elon Musk quote, if you give yourself 30 minutes to clean your room, you'll do it in 30 minutes. But if you give yourself 3 days, it'll take you 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So put time limits on shit. Put a little bit of, fire under your ass.
Yeah. The thing where it gets a little fuzzy, I feel is achievable. Because I think you should be setting goals that kind of almost don't seem achievable,
Yes.
especially long-term ones,
Yes.
because you could do, I think this is a Bill Gates quote or something. You could do, people underestimate what they can do in 10 years and
Yeah.
overestimate what they can do in 1 year.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's deeming this shit achievable? Because I think it really only
Exactly.
depends on what you think. You could tell, for example, one of our biggest goals for the channel this year is to hit 10K subscribers. You go tell his next door neighbor that, I think oh, you're fucking crazy. But they
Yeah.
just don't see it the way we do. So I think it really only matters in terms of what you deem to be achievable. For me this year, I was telling you downstairs, my goal is to hit 215 pounds, and that I did. I feel like most people you said, lose 20 pounds, oh, that's too hard. No, I mean, it's really only achievable if you think it's achievable. And same thing for the subscriber count. We'll hit that shit. It's
How
only
much
January.
weight did you lose this year?
20 pounds.
Already?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And fucking not even a whole month. I was like literally fucking. I was 235 pounds my entire time playing football. So to be at 215 right now, yeah.
What was the heaviest you
20
ever been?
Like 250, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Top 240, 250. That was during COVID, like when I was just fat and lazy. So
Damn, bro.
yeah, here we are. Came a long way.
But I think there is some. I think there is some merit to like the goals being achievable because it kind of makes sense in relation to jiu-jitsu. That's kind of how I see it. Like, you want to roll with guys who are not a whole lot better than you, but a little bit better than you,
Yeah.
because then like your improvement is measurable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're rolling with like top tier black belts all the time, it's almost like it might not be worth it. But if you're rolling with guys that are a little bit better than you or at your level or a little bit worse than you, you're able to like gauge like how much better I'm getting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's called the zone of proximal development, I believe. Yeah. I know what you mean. And also I think with long-term goals especially, success tends to be like exponential, you know what I mean? So especially with like financial goals and stuff. So something that seems so out of reach, even let's say 2 years in the future seems so out of reach. 1 year in the future, it could, like let's say 1 year passes, it could still seem out of reach.
Yeah.
But that second year has that exponential growth. And, you know, a lot of people become overnight successes.
In 10 years.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You'll never know what the fuck could happen overnight. Like if you're really striving for something, like it's probably like, for example, I was just talking about that 10,000 subscriber thing. Like there's no telling if we'll hit 1 million subscribers by the end of this year. Like the ceiling is so high. It's almost like it's kind of crazy to cap yourself or to think that like any kind of number or static or is not possible, because it really is. You never know what the fuck will happen overnight.
Yeah, you just got to get that one to catch on.
Yeah.
But like the goal has to be specific, so you had to pick a number, right?
Yeah.
You can't just not have a goal. Well, I mean, you could, but it's better
Get
to
more
have-
subscribers. You can't just be
Yeah.
like, we want more
Yeah.
subscribers, because then
What does that
technically
mean?
that's one more subscriber and you have more subscribers.
Exactly.
Right. But I think that I like what you're saying too. Like your long-term goal should be something that scares you a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa. If your goals aren't scaring you, or they're not really big enough.
Like that goal of buying the bus in 2 years. That
Yeah.
sounds wild.
That's well, nah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like running a fucking marathon this year and running a 31-mile Spartan race, like that terrifies me.
You could do it though.
I know, but you say that as an outsider. But like, bro, I gotta call up Zach. I told Zach I'd call him on the pod.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call Zach.
Go
real
ahead.
quick. But me and Zach ran 10 miles.
What I was gonna say is like seeing what I've seen you do in the past, I know it's achievable though. So that's why I don't understand why it scares you so much. Like me, yeah, that'd be terrifying. I would understand like signing
my
up for
guy
a
real quick.
31-mile run would be hard.
Oh my god,
Zach Kornfeld, this episode just aired yesterday.
What's up, my guy?
Yo, Zach, you're on the pod right now, brother. How you doing?
Oh, he can't hear me.
I'm good. How about you?
Good, man. Yo, I wanna know. I need some advice for when your goals are too big. Are goals ever too big? What you think, bro?
I think if you're not shooting for a high, Kanye has a quote. It's Kanye West's quote.
Yeah.
Kanye.
Reach for the stars. Reach for the stars. So if you fall, you land on the clouds. Personally, for me, if you have a goal that's really, really high, like shoot really big, that way, in a crazy world, if you don't reach that goal, you get at least somewhere close to that. If your top salesman in your office is doing 11 to 12 sales a day, and in another office, a top salesman is doing 5 to 6 a day, in that office of 5 to 6 people, you're going to think, oh, maybe I can only do 4 if the top guy's doing 5 to 6. But if you're in an office where a guy's doing 11 to 12, it's going to be possible to do 9 or even 11 and 12. So, no, I think there's no such thing as a goal that's too big.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Fuck
Yo,
yeah.
How was that 10 miles the other day? How did you feel running it?
I felt great, man. I was trailing behind you a little bit. You and the dog, but we're coming right back at it, you know?
15.
Foot was hurting halfway through, kept pushing through it, but once it heals up, we're going for 15 until we get a marathon.
All right, Zach. Yo, I appreciate you, bro. Stay hungry, brother. I'll talk to you.
All right, stay hungry, my guy. Peace.
All right, peace.
But that's also very similar to like what we were talking about in terms of how we like strategize and how we see like our business in terms of value. Like exactly what he was saying. Like it's better to start high, get it
for
knocked
sure.
down a little bit, and to start too low, you can't work your way up.
Bro, Zach's a fucking savage, bro.
Yeah, he's a really
He's
cool
a
cat.
savage.
Yeah,
Just spending like I went on 2 runs with him, and we did the podcast with him. We spent some time with his family, bro.
Yeah.
And just the way like he operates, he's a different type of cat.
Yeah.
He's a different type of cat. Yo, we're running, bro, And we went down to his room, and in his room there's a mirror, and on the mirror is like the same affirmations that he tells himself.
He just writes some shits on
Yeah.
his mirror, so when he wakes up, he sees himself in the mirror and like gets to see like
Yeah.
all
And,
those things
bro,
that he wrote.
He's not a runner. Like, he's never really ever ran before. Him and I just went on an 8-mile run the other day.
Mhm.
And dude was just, he did, like, his second week running, he just went on a 10-mile run with me.
That's pretty damn
And
good.
bro, he's hitting walls, and he's like, stay at a 7. Come on, stay at a 7. 650K. Come on. I'm nothing like lazy people. I'm nothing like lazy people. Come on, man. Come on, Zach. And he's talking to himself, and I'm like, yo. And he's behind me, but I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's a dog, bro.
Running is like one of the only things that'll bring that out of you, though.
But it's just crazy that he
talking to
just-
the general.
He just got right in, and he's just going for it.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a motherfucker who tries to just, do something nice. He
Yeah.
wants to go for it. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I'm all in or nothing. That's why I like Zach. Zach's a cool dude, bro.
Yeah, he's a fucking cool cat. He wants to run a mile too, or a marathon too.
Yeah, he's saying he wants to run a marathon this year.
That's tough. So,
Yeah.
what do you plan on doing? Multiple or just the one?
Not with him. I don't plan on doing one with him. It's just like, pretty impressive to me that he just started running. And running's tough, bro. Like, he just started running, and he's just putting 10 miles in like
Yeah,
that.
that's fucked.
Yeah.
When did you start your running journey?
Late last year.
Okay.
Well, I did those Spartan races, but I never really trained for them.
Yeah.
I guess I just was kind of already decent at cardio because of I played basketball and jiu-jitsu, but
Yeah.
no running really until end of last year, early this year.
How much do you enjoy it?
I used to hate it, but I'm starting to enjoy it more now.
Yeah.
It's like meditation. I was talking, Darrian and I say this. It's like you kind of, after a while, it doesn't happen in like the first mile, I feel
Yeah.
like.
No.
Or the first 1 or 2 miles, maybe 3.
Yeah.
But then you kind of like get into this groove where your thoughts, I don't even know how to explain it, man. It's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give that a shot, explaining that.
I don't know, man. It is like a form of meditation. Like, you're in there, and it's kind of like the plunge in a way, bro. You got to try that ice bath.
Yeah,
bro.
you got
It's
to.
really
got
cool.
to.
It's like it's a new form of like it's like a new demon. Like, you got jujitsu, and you're like, man, this is an interesting type of suck, and then you run, it's like, this is a different type of suck, and this is weird. But then you get in that cold water, and it's like, ooh.
Shout out Zach again. Yeah, he started that. Like I've always wanted to do the plunge, but after that pod, we locked it in on the pod. We were like, we're gonna go hop in this plunge tonight. We did it, and it's been history ever since. They've gotten that motherfucker like 6 times now.
No, what I think is cool about running though is like, you know how we went for 8 miles today, and you tell yourself, I'm going on this much today. Mm-hmm. It's almost like wherever you set your meter, like your body will prepare itself to go that far. Like, if you prepare yourself to go for 5, you'll start to feel real tired at 4.
Yeah.
But if you say, no, I'm going 10, 4, you're good.
Yeah.
4, you're fine. But
That's a real thing. I always wondered what that was.
so, yeah, no, it is interesting though. Like, once you find your groove, it's like, everything kind of comes together. You embrace, like, all right, this sucks a little bit, but like, it's just one step at a time.
Yeah.
One step at a time, and like, let's just get comfortable here. Like, I like how Goggins explains how go find where you're afraid and go live there for a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're at mile 4 and you're getting to 10 miles, and it's like, all right, I got to live here for a little bit. So let's just get comfortable. Like, let's just, find a way to put all the bullshit aside and, clear my mind for a little bit. And it just becomes like automatic at a certain point.
How long does that 10 miles typically take you to complete?
It's different for everybody. But for me and Zach ran 10 the other day, and it took us an hour and 27.
Damn.
Yeah. So that marathon, if you do the math, is going to take me at that pace. We were running 8 minutes and 47-second paces on average.
Yo.
And it's probably, I don't know how, I'm going to butcher some math real quick, but it'll probably take us like almost 4 hours to run a marathon. Yeah.
God.
Is that right?
Damn.
I don't know.
So if it took us
Calculating over here.
if it took us an hour 30 to run 10, what's that by 2? 3.
What? An hour and 30
Yeah.
times what?
10 put 20. That's 3 hours.
I'm like that meme
I
right
can't
now. where
think
the
on the
fucking
spot
meme
like
is
that.
I can't like
An hour 30 plus 2, or times 2 rather.
That's
An
3
hour.
hours.
That's 3 hours.
Yeah.
Plus an extra 6 miles,
How much would 6 miles take you?
30 minutes.
So
30, 40
hours.
minutes. Yeah, almost 4 hours.
I usually calculate it at like 10 miles or 10 minutes per mile. That's usually right around where I am for the longer runs.
Yeah.
But 8:47?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
That's
where
pretty
where
good.
we're at. We were getting to
8:47 miles. That's what you
No.
not like. No, I'm saying like that was your intervals in terms of like how fast you're going
I'll show
per
you
mile.
right now.
Yeah.
I got it logged here.
God damn. Yo, you want to come to that
So-
Prime? Want to
Shout out Prime too.
Drink Prime.
Drink Prime. KSI Logan Paul, come talk to us.
What happened to the free
Do a
endorsements?
boxing
Come on,
match.
Logan. Come talk to us, brother.
I
can't take you motherfuckers seriously with the mustaches on. The Mario hat, like him specifically. He's trying to crunch numbers. I'm like, what the fuck is going on over there? Appreciate you. Drink Prime. Come on, Logan. KSI, come talk to us.
Yo, this is my first time having Prime, and the blue raspberry is really good.
So
Really?
good,
And
right?
I'm not getting paid to say that.
All right, so 10
I wish
miles.
I was.
10.03 miles. Our minute mile was 8:42. Took us 1 hour, 27 minutes, 16 seconds.
Damn,
That's
brother.
good. That's really good.
That is good.
But that's because fucking
My shit's like 12 and a
Zach,
half.
that motherfucker's not a runner, but he's just on my hip, like
Yeah.
running. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, I'm not about to let him beat me. Like, fuck that.
Where's you guys marathon at?
I don't know. We're doing a Spartan race in, where's that at? In May, but where is it at? It's in,
Fayetteville, North Carolina or
Yeah.
something?
Oh, really?
yeah.
That's
You
where
gotta
J. Cole's
slide with
from.
us. You
That's
gotta
where
slide
J.
with
Cole's
us.
from. Just down there? I mean, I can't do it, can I?
I mean, you could do a marathon.
Well, I'm saying I would have to sign up, wouldn't I?
You
Fuck
could.
it.
Well, if you want to do the full one with us, you could do it, or you could do a
Fuck,
shorter
no,
one.
I don't know.
Come on, son.
can do
Yo, I gotta
30
rock a
miles.
go-getter shirt,
I
too.
don't know
You
if I
gotta
can
get
do
that on the
30 miles.
channel.
Well, when did you say it was? What time?
May.
May?
Mhm.
So, I mean, we got to have a drop by then.
Get
Hint,
training.
hint, motherfuckers. Go get a drop coming May, June.
Go Getters drop.
Yeah, we're
Merch.
trying to drop some
Yeah,
merch.
we'll do some
That's
merch.
some shit we got to talk about, too.
Yeah,
Remember we
yeah,
were talking
yeah.
about that last time? We never
Is
really...
that off the pod or on the pod shenanigans?
I mean, that's up to all
Cut
of
it.
The e-commerce site?
I mean, we could talk about that. I mean, we just don't got to talk business. You know what I'm saying? It's a cool idea, though. I really like the idea of doing that. I mean, we need to do something anyways in terms of selling merch. So how do we plan on doing it?
Yeah, how's
anyways?
your schedule going to be like in Dallas? Oh, bro,
I
we
have
got to
no
talk about
idea.
that. Let's
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about that right now. So, yo, you got a job opportunity. They flew you out to Dallas, Texas to be a software programmer.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Yes.
That's nuts, bro.
That
Tell
is
me more.
gnarly.
Let's talk more about that. We
Yeah,
talked
man.
on the run, but let's talk more about it.
Yeah, so I have been looking for a job for a while just because, not because I didn't like the company that I was at, but just because I wanted to move south. So either Florida or Texas I was pretty much set on. So, I was just applying to jobs. I probably applied to 250 jobs.
Damn.
And it's a really bad market right now, as I'm sure you guys have seen with like the tech layoffs and stuff, especially this sector, tech. So, I just had 3 interviews with them on Zoom, and they were like, "Hey, we like you. We want to fly you down here. Flights paid for, hotel paid for. I was there for a little over 24 hours. Yeah, I just went in the office, met people, had the interview, and they liked me, so I got the offer.
You're hired. They told
Yeah.
you, right?
Ah.
Were you teed up? Were you smiling around Dallas, fucking doing the
Yeah.
video
Yeah,
and dip
man.
round around?
Yeah, I went out to celebrate, and this is when I told you I accidentally spent $70 on barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Dude.
Oh, that Texas barbecue will get
Yeah,
you, huh?
dude.
That's what I hear.
Complete accident. I just went up to like the counter with the sides.
Yeah.
And I was like, I hadn't eaten all day. Like I had been fasted for probably 24 hours at that point.
Really?
Yeah. I do a lot of intermittent fasting, and
Do
I can
you?
like extend it because I have a really clear mind when I do that.
I want to talk more about that, too, but go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Okay. So I was like, all right, I need 3 sides. So I got the rice and baked beans and green beans. And then I went up to the meat counter, and I
they
mean,
get ya.
the meat man is standing there he's got
The
like,
apron on.
he's got, these just huge pieces of meat that were just out of the smoker. They're still like steaming. And he was like showing me what they were, and like there was prices behind them, but I didn't like know. Like I didn't know that price was for that meat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just pointed at one. He's like, "This is brisket's big brother," and it was a beef rib, I guess. It was like this big, dude. And I was like, "All right, give me that." And I
Try
thought
that, right?
I was celebrating because I just got the job, so I was like, "Yeah, whatever, $40.
Yeah.
That's celebration." But cuts this huge piece of meat, like I'm talking probably 2 pounds.
Viking shit.
Yeah, slaps it down,
Slap it
$67, and I'm waiting for it to change because I thought it was from the people in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm just standing there like they're like, "Okay, you can pay now." I'm like, "What?
Damn.
Huh?"
Ain't no mistake down there? Like, damn, that's
I mean, that's what happens for a 2-pound piece of beef, son.
Yeah.
So they kind of just cut it off, and at their discretion, they just get to figure out what they want to charge you. Like, they just get to cut off. Like, what if they give you a little bit less than that? They would probably have to charge you less, right?
Well, he told me that was the only one that would be more than a pound. The other ones you could get exactly how much you wanted because like it didn't have the bone. But this one has the bone in it, so you have to cut with that.
Yeah.
But he warned me. But
How was the food? Was it good though?
Oh my god, dude! Like nothing up here.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I hear. I hear that Texas barbecue, like there ain't nothing like that.
Yeah.
He was telling me the birds out in Dallas are different.
Really? Dallas birds? Come on, now having
yeah.
to fuck these women. We just talking about that downstairs, bro. The Dallas birds, how are they treating you down there?
I didn't talk to any of them.
Ah, there you go. They're
Oh,
all
that
good,
was
bro.
a business trip.
Strictly
Kevin.
business. That's
Strictly
tough.
business,
Strictly
yeah.
business. I like it. Tell me about your intermittent fasting though, because I've always been interested in that. I don't think I really ever understood it fully though.
Yeah, so I pretty much normally I would fast from like 7 the previous night to 11 the next day. So that's the classic 16-8.
Yeah.
But with jiu-jitsu it got kind of hard, like my eating schedule, because I didn't want to be full going to jiu-jitsu, and like because that's just uncomfortable and I don't want to like throw up on people and stuff. So so I started eating like one meal a day.
Yeah.
And I mean, not technically one meal, I guess. So I would like just eat between like 11 and 3 and then fast the rest of the time and just like pound food during that window. And, you know, I just think when I'm fasted, I feel amazing, and I don't get hungry. And I'm mentally sharp, and I could work without like getting not tired, but you know, like that fatigue when you're doing like mental work.
Yes.
And like I just don't get that as much.
You definitely get fatigued just from eating and then doing shit too. I always noticed that about myself as well. Is like I operate way better off an empty stomach.
Yeah, for sure.
So like if I have like podcasts, typically I won't eat before a podcast. 'Cause I don't want to be just like, fucking just. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like that. I never liked the feeling. But like I was telling you downstairs about like how I eat now, like I haven't had that problem recently at all yet. Now when I eat, it really feels like it's like a fuel source. Like I'm eating and I'm getting more energy. It typically wasn't like that in the past for me. That's just probably processed shitty food though.
Yeah. I think it's interesting doing some research on like carbs and fat.
Yeah.
And supposedly fat, I'm not a scientist, so I shouldn't even
Go for
talking
it.
about
Scientist
this, but,
Uncle
like,
Matt. Let's hear
yeah,
it.
scientist Matt. So I guess fat is like a cleaner energy source for your body. So
Then what?
then carbs.
Oh, okay.
So carbs is like the preferred source. So that's
Yeah.
why like if you eat a meal with a bunch of carbs like pasta or something,
Yeah.
you get that like kind of brain fog.
Yeah.
But fat is a cleaner energy. I don't know. I don't know the science, but you just feel better.
Yeah.
if
Healthy
you're
fats.
burning fat. So that's what's happening in the morning when you're intermittent fasting. You've run out of carbs from the previous day, so now you're burning actually body fat because you don't have any fuel left in your stomach. So you're just burning that body fat, and you can actually get better at switching between using carbs as fuel and fat as fuel.
Okay.
So a lot of people, if you eat 3 meals a day and snacks, you're just going to be constantly operating off carbs.
Okay.
If you intermittent fast, your body's going to get better at switching between the fuels, and then you could just be more efficient at burning fat.
Is it a measurable difference in terms of like how you feel like with energy from carbs and with energy from fat? Like have you been able to like measure that at all or no?
What do you mean? Like just
Does it feel different? Like the energy that you have from either of the two, like will it actually physically feel different?
I don't think the energy feels different, but the fat, you don't get a crash. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
and I noticed that I can kind of just run, like we've been doing this running. I could just, if I go in the morning, I could just like run forever without getting that kind of carb crash.
I always noticed that with carbs. Me and him used to talk about that all the time. Like I would find, because I used to love bagels. Like bagels would always be like my go-to like breakfast, like or whatever in the morning. I fuck up a bagel. But bagels would have me like around like 2-3 p.m.
Yeah.
I just want to go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to. Yeah, I didn't know how to explain it back then. But I haven't really experienced anything like that in a while too. But I really thought it was just from carbs. Like I heard that on a podcast before, and I noticed like how often I would like eat bagels in the morning, and then I would crash on the same time every day. I didn't know if it was coffee or like carbs or just what I was eating in general. But definitely wasn't coffee. So I assume it has to be the carbs.
Yeah. My first Beast Spartan race, which is 21K. I think it's like 13-ish miles.
Goddamn.
That was before I had been like intermittent fasting like I am now. And around mile like 9, I didn't know what I was doing, by the way. So like I didn't have any I didn't have like fuel like the runners do.
Yeah.
And around I think mile 9 or 10, I just crashed like you wouldn't believe, because like my body was using carbs up to that point, and then I just ran out, and it was like I could barely walk.
Yeah.
It was so bad. And then some dude saw me like lagging like that, and he gave me what are they called? Those Cliff Blocks.
Yeah.
And they're just like pure glucose, I guess.
Really?
And I downed 2 of those. They're literally this big, and I just like got it right back.
Yeah. Wow.
It was really interesting.
What's an ideal diet for a person who runs? Like right before a run, what would be ideal?
I don't know. I feel like nothing. I feel like a fasted run is ideal, but that's just me. I don't know. I like that.
I wonder what that is, man. Like I wonder if the reason we're more articulate and like the reason we're more focused and we have that energy when we're fasted is like a evolutionary thing, you know?
You're just hungry. You gotta
Well,
go hunt.
like you
gotta
have
go
to
get that
think
food.
about things. You have to strategize like where your
Yeah.
next meal's coming from. You need that mental focus to be able to like extend your life, right?
Yeah.
It's a weird like saying, but I think the idea of like being hungry, like you know how we apply that to a lot of things. Like your goal.
Yeah.
Like,
I just told
hungry,
Zach,
wanna go-
stay hungry.
Yeah, shit like that. But I think it's like a real thing. It's like once you're like fed, like for like actually being hungry, you
Yeah.
don't have that like hunger to get up and go do the shit that you would have needed to do to acquire your food. You're good. I mean, you survived the day. You survived one more day.
I heard
You got to worry about it.
I know there's a saying that the best time to kill a gator is right after he ate.
'Cause he's lazy.
Because he's lazy. He's tired.
Yeah.
Actually, here it's
Fuck
pretty
it.
easy to avoid alligators. You want to move
Yeah.
to Florida, right? Just run in zigzags.
I think I can beat an alligator in a fight.
You think so?
Yeah.
What are you fucking
What's your
crocodile
strategy?
Dundee? Yeah. What is your strategy?
Get the back.
Take his back? What are you gonna fucking like
Take his back. And
shoot his leg first? Take his
no,
back?
no.
How
I
you
mean,
gonna
I can get around him. He's not that
Think?
fucking agile. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you
I mean,
know?
As long as you just get the nose down, you know?
Well, like proximity, son. Like that shit's in a fucking straight line. I got to go over here and run around it.
Yeah, but think how terrified you'll be. You don't think you'll fuck up?
I
somewhere
mean,
along
life
the
or
lines?
death, bro. I think I'm taking that shit out.
That's good. I mean, if
Yeah.
you take his back, he's pretty much screwed, right?
He's screwed. I mean, he probably got a strong neck.
How can you damage him, dude? He's like
Eyeball.
literal
Yeah,
armor.
he's armor for
Yeah.
sure. So fuck,
you
I
just
don't
throw
know.
the ground and pound fucking.
I'd probably
blows.
hurt myself more than
Yeah,
I'd
you
hurt that
probably-
thing.
yeah, imagine punching that.
Yeah, but I think I'd go for an eye.
Ah, the eye gouge, the old eye gouge.
Can't they just like roll their eye back in so that it's like protected?
They probably
Damn.
could.
That's a good point, bro. I don't know.
You know those I don't know if it's crocodiles or alligators, but you know the motherfuckers are really dinosaurs, and the reason that they like survive for so long is because they eat rotten food.
Yeah.
So like anytime like there was ever like an apocalypse or like anything like that where everybody died and like all the animals or people died, they're able to survive because they just eat rotten flesh.
They're
anyways.
thriving.
Yeah.
Like, they're thriving.
That's their
circumstances.
Thanksgiving. Like when everybody else dies, they're good because they could just eat that shit. Most people can't. Like if we tried eating like a rotten fucking like cow corpse or some shit, we'd get very sick.
Matt,
They don't.
what's the baddest animal you think you can kill in a fight?
The baddest
The
animal.
baddest animal.
Like
I
the
could kill.
biggest, meanest motherfucker that you think you could take in the wild.
You're gonna have to give me a minute. Converse between the two of you. I have to
All right.
think.
All
I
right.
got a.
So what do you think, Kev? You got any ideas?
I don't know because I mean we have this conversation quite often. I don't think we're really capable of killing many animals with our bare hands, but
I think I don't know if you guys know how I'm coming, bro.
the biggest and baddest, like that's the thing, like because some big animals are fucking pussies.
X, can you look up? Can a man kill a crocodile 1v1?
So,
Probably you probably could. but
am
what
I
are
in
your
a
odds?
ring, or do I have to chase it
No,
down and
let's
kill
just
it? Or
talk
is it coming
wild.
after me?
Let's just talk in the wild,
Yeah.
1v1.
Like you're on a
Is it
fucking
coming
football
after
field.
me?
yeah,
Is it
like
like
you
if it's
both like it wants to kill you.
Okay.
You're not hunting it. You don't have any weapons. It's bare
Okay.
hand.
I think the
Hand-to-hand
last time we had
combat.
this conversation, we came to terms that like most birds until a certain point.
I think I can fuck a kangaroo up. That's where I was at.
Yeah, he said
yo,
a
they got-
kangaroo, but that motherfucker would kick your head off.
No, they got like sharp things on their feet, and they could like gut you. The people die because
Whoa.
they get kicked, and like their like intestines fall out.
Whoa. Yeah, and also,
Yeah.
bro, they kick you so hard, like you're fucking like. You ever see like the body like when supersonic waves hit that shit and your organs just fucking explode?
I
That's
don't-
like what happens to
You don't want a kangaroo.
You don't want.
You
Yeah,
want the
that's what I'm saying. You
smoke
don't
coming
want
in.
that, bro.
What do you got about the crocodile? Yeah.
Crocodile Dundee.
All right, it says an unarmed human cannot beat a crocodile in a fight.
Who? Come on, who's writing this?
Propaganda.
Though?
It says if the
I'm
fight
playing the devil's advocate. Go ahead.
What? if the fight starts at the edge of the swamp or a body of water, the human is probably going to get dragged into the water,
in the water,
and
it's
drowned.
done. No.
But who's
Um,
making this fucking this?
On even land, the alligator probably won't know what to do in this situation until the human gets close.
What about in the octagon?
So maybe that's how you take him.
What's the source?
The octagon, right?
Source,
The fucking Apex Center.
A to Z animals.com.
Okay.
Ah, okay. But I mean,
Look up-
is that reported though? Like, did he ever fight a fucking crocodile?
Look up how big is the average male kangaroo? Because I think they're like 5'6", 200 pounds maybe.
Yeah.
So it's a
Bro.
motherfucker. But
What-
I think like
Who do-
you just gotta evade one kick.
When did we talk about that? I know we talked about this.
Bro, I watched the
specific
video.
thing on
Yo,
the
can we
podcast
put
before.
this video right here?
I don't know about
know how
the
to put a
video.
video?
But
Is it the
not
punch?
really, but we
Yeah,
can try
guy
to-
who-
the dude, the kangaroo took.
Oh,
Please
that
try to
punch that
flag
shit.
this.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah.
Did you see the vest on the dog in that video?
Yeah.
Did you know that vest is so they don't die from kangaroos?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
What does that mean?
Actually, you should probably fact check that, but I'm pretty sure.
What do you got about the
Giving
size of the
Xavier,
kangaroo?
we're giving him a workload. didn't we?
A kangaroo can reach heights from anywhere between 3 and 8 feet and can weigh between 40 and 200 pounds.
Ooh, imagine a fucking 6'3", 200-pound kangaroo.
There's
I don't
got to
know
be
about that,
outliers.
Dan.
Like, what about a 250-pounder coming
Yeah,
at
there
you?
gotta be an
No.
outlier, right?
That's not looking
That's
good.
crazy.
There's no amount of jujitsu that'll get me out of that
I
situation.
don't think you just. Yeah, I don't think you want that fight. Maybe a hyena. How big do hyenas get? That motherfuckers might bite your ass too, though.
They're
Where were we
mean,
at? Where
dude.
were we at? We were at somewhere else. What were we doing?
We were talking about fighting animals.
Huh? Oh yeah. Look up those vests,
Yeah, the dog vest.
please.
Kangaroo.
We need to put that video right there, bro.
I remember. Is
Somehow.
that the shit where the guy like his dog
Bro.
and he just jabs
Yeah,
that shit?
So the kangaroo just grabs this fucking dog, and this dude's like fucking posted with this
Squares up.
kangaroo and throws a 2 at
What do
him.
you do in
The
that
kangaroo just-
situation? No, he just
Yeah,
takes
just took
that
that
shit
shit, let
and
go of the dog.
yeah. You ever seen that video? I mean, I'm sure you guys did, but the video like that mountain lion that was like chasing the guy down. The guy was like walking backwards and he was like, "Get out of here! Get out of here,
the mountain
motherfucker!" He's
lion
like
was doing
screaming
that.
at things. He's like, "Rah!"
doing
yeah,
that
fucking
posture.
scaring him.
Ooh, I
What-
don't want no smoke.
What
with
do
a
you
mountain lion.
do though? Like, cause my thing is like, yeah, that thing 9 times out of 10 will probably kill you, but you're way bigger than it. Like, if you get like that one lucky shooting star, like you can probably smother that fucking thing. But it's like you
No,
gotta get
they're
lucky.
So strong.
I
bro.
know, but I'm saying you gotta get lucky. I think it's possible.
You're not doing it
but
with a punch or a kick.
no, I'm
No.
saying like in a fucking crazy society, you might be able to like just grab the shit out of it and just hold it down. But that's what I'm saying. You'd have to get very lucky.
I feel like animal muscles are just different. Like, they're
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah,
I
they're-
think.
I mean,
I
they're
don't
built to survive outside.
yeah.
You know, sleep
The
outside.
wilderness and fucking like typically like as humans, you don't really have to like fight to protect yourself very often, especially in terms of like life or death. Not very often. Like, will some shit just try to kill you and eat you in the real world?
Yeah.
Modern day, yeah.
So, I mean, especially if you're a human, I mean, you could be out in fucking Antarctica and getting eaten by a polar bear, but it's not like typical that that'll happen. Those guys got to like really, well, not really cats either, but a lot of animals got to weather that storm because they're always getting hunted.
Yeah.
Somebody's always trying to fucking eat it.
You got anything on those vests? Nothing.
Nah. What are you being in?
I
Fucking-
might have lied.
It's all right.
Pretty sure I heard that, though.
Yeah, man, that happens.
Yeah, no, that's some crazy shit, bro. Maybe it's fortunate that we don't have to fight for our lives every day.
It's
though.
very fortunate. We're smart.
Like
We
a dog kangaroo vest.
we got lucky, man. We got lucky being born as humans. We just got the brains. That's really all we got. In terms of survival, like we're not really fucking with most in the animal kingdom. That's
Have
what
you
I'm
ever
saying.
heard though that human beings could access, like, well, we have access to like absorbent amounts of strength, but we have to limit and regulate it because if we use that amount of strength, we can break our own ligaments and our own muscles
That
and
makes sense.
tendons and shit.
Well, think
our
about
bones.
the motherfuckers like our ancestors and shit. The fucking the Vikings. Like those motherfuckers are a different breed.
Or think about videos of like a mom saving her son who's trapped under a car and she like deadlifts a car. Some random mom in fucking Lithuania.
Lithuania.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I think like that
Nothing?
that argument about the
It
animals.
looks like it's just like general purpose. Like,
Okay.
there's some that are for coyotes and they have like spikes on them.
Oh
that
shit.
makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense.
Damn.
But no, I mean, I think like that really settles the argument whether or not like brains or strength is better in terms of like
Brains or bronze.
survivability. Because I mean, we're the apex predators of the world, quote unquote, but we don't do that because we're strong. Like we're not. I mean, we're strong, but like compared to what? Go ahead, rank it. Because
Other humans.
Well, I'm saying like in terms of the animal kingdom, like you put us up against any other animal that they would deem to be an apex predator, like a polar bear or just a regular bear or fucking like a lion or tiger. We're not beating any of those things in a fight, but we were able to invent knives and guns and fucking those kinds of things. So with our brains, we're able to beat them. With our brains, we could lock one of the motherfuckers in a cage and they can never touch us. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? That's just strictly off brains, though. Has nothing to do with strength. The animal conversation, that one always gets me, bro.
Would you rather have to kill a chicken any time you ever use a motor vehicle? Like drive a car, get in a bus, motorcycle, scooter, whatever, or fight an orangutan to the death once a year, but you get a sword?
I feel like the chicken would just become routine. You just
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think a question we never brought up with the chicken either is like, do you get to eat it?
Yeah.
That's free meat for the rest of your life, brother.
And eggs. I mean,
And
no, not
eggs.
really eggs. Probably not eggs.
Gotta
'cause
kill
it's
it. What if it
gonna
lays
work
1 or 2 though? What are the odds? Like that
Take it
10
home.
minute.
You can make a business out of that, son.
Yeah,
Start
literally.
selling eggs.
Chicken.
Or chicken.
Go Getters Chicken. The chicken service is coming to you very soon. So tell us, or actually no, let's
Off
talk
the
about
bullshit.
Yeah,
Off the
you
bullshit.
got to have a little bit of bullshit on the Go
Yeah.
Getters podcast. It wouldn't be a GG pod without.
So, what type of software programming are you going to be doing in Texas? It's pretty cool.
Well, so I don't know how much I'm like supposed to talk about, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, shit.
Like I don't. I
If
might
you-
be able to talk about it, but I'm just gonna be safe and not.
Okay, word.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's all right. Fucking, what about this trip though? We were just talking about that downstairs. We
Colombia.
mentioned it a lot. We mentioned it a
Yes.
lot in this pod. We're going to Colombia
Colombia.
at some point.
Yeah.
What do you
Matt
thinking,
over
Matt?
here might have some problems though.
Where's your head at with that?
I think that I'll be able to get the time off. But if not, we'll just have to move it to like later in the year. I
Yeah.
think.
Summertime,
'Cause-
you think?
Well, no, because that calendar that I sent you, it shows you the months and what ones are good to visit, and it like
Mm.
kind of has the winter months is better. I don't know why. If it's like, I think it's like the rainy season in the summer or something. That
just
might be a lie,
to
too.
go there, or just in general, it's not good to travel.
Yeah,
at that
for
time?
Colombia.
Oh, really?
Maybe I can pull that up. It's probably still in the chat.
Still in a chain, but yeah, we're gonna fucking go to Colombia at some point. That's gonna be interesting. I wanted to do a pod before we went and after we went. This could kind of be like a pre-Colombia pod, like where we were at in terms of mind space. But we should definitely do a pod when we come back from Colombia too. That might be right around the 69 mark too.
Yeah, here it is. So, I don't know where to put this so y'all can see it.
Kevin, maybe you could put that up.
Yeah, just send me this fucking thing.
Yeah, so see, it's like monsoon season in whatever months.
It's the fucking monsoon
Yeah.
season.
I don't want a monsoon.
Monsoon. I mean, if you go in like July, August though, it's not.
Does it have like the thumbs up? Down at the bottom it says best times.
It doesn't have any. Like, well, August has a thumbs down, but July has nothing. There's no monsoon and there's no thumbs up or thumbs down.
Well, we probably want like the heart or the thumbs up.
Yeah, that's probably the best. Well, that's when we planned, right? March, because that has a heart that checks out, and there's not a lot of rain going on at that time, and the weather seems to be pretty good.
But the new work situation might be a bit different, right?
Yeah, I did ask him, but we'll see. He
Mm.
said
See.
probably.
We gotta wait and see. That's gonna be a fun ass trip, though, man. I'm so excited for that. If not, like we gotta go harder. Like we gotta fucking hit there and then follow up 2024 with another trip. Where are we gonna go next?
2024? What's another country you think you'd like to go to?
I feel like Iceland.
Iceland's
pretty dope,
interesting.
yeah.
Why? Why Iceland?
I don't know.
Just pick
Yeah,
that
it
spur
just
of the
looks
moment
cool.
off the top of your head.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
Like the those hot springs and stuff.
Mm.
You ever see the ones where like they put the mud on your hand and then you put it on your face and it's like this? It's like freezing cold outside, but the water's warm.
No, I've never seen that.
No,
No.
it's really cool and it's like blue water.
Mm.
Really?
You should check that out.
Iceland has no ice, right?
No.
Yeah, Iceland is like the green one,
And then Greenland is all ice.
yeah.
Iceland.
There's a reason for that, and I don't know why.
Xavier, am I looking that up, brother? Why is
Why is Iceland?
Iceland called Iceland, and why is Greenland called Greenland? Come on, young X.
Or New Zealand.
New Zealand.
New
seems
Zealand
cool.
would be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that'd be a fucking cool spot. Let's hear it.
Iceland got its name when a Viking named Hrafna Floki ran up a mountain, saw a fjord, I don't know what that means, full of icebergs, and called the country Iceland.
It's a
Oh,
whole ton of bullshit. I
So
think.
that's a
What
load
you
of
said?
malarkey. Like,
Yeah.
who is there? Like
That's-
that guy was
yeah.
there when that
Fuck outta
happened.
here.
Yeah, come on, man.
There's a crypto called Floki.
Floki,
Yeah.
a
Really?
cryptocurrency. Where are you still at in these days with that kind of shit? You still liking it or what? Crypto NFTs.
Just dollar cost averaging. Not really doing much more research. I just kind of
Yeah.
know what I already like want to buy into, and then just keep buying.
What are you interested in right now?
You mean like crypto still or
Yeah, just in terms of really anything you're looking at purchasing.
the big stuff? I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano.
I just sold all my
XRP.
Ethereum.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did.
Why now?
Well, they pressured me into doing it. No, I'm joking. I
Peer
mean, they
pressure.
kind of pressured me into doing it, but I definitely needed the money. And I had just a lot of money just sitting in Ethereum for a very long time. I lost a lot, gained a lot.
Yeah.
Figured it was time to sell.
Kevin needs to buy a car. That's
Yeah,
where
I'm
he's
trying
at.
to buy a new car.
Got
So
you.
that was another one of my goals for this year is to do that. So I figured I would do that. And there's a lot of shit we got to buy for the pod. We got to get a new computer pretty soon. We've been working on trying to just fucking buy new cameras, but that shit is a lot of money. Once we do that, though, the studio is going to be crazy. We probably literally won't even be able to walk in here when we have more cameras.
You can have 2 at the same time, like different angles.
Yeah, well, multiple. We'll have we'll shoot the wide angle. We'll hopefully still it's ideal to have 4 because you'll have the wide angle cam, like one over there that hits me, one over here hits him, then maybe another one over here that hits you or whoever is sitting there. And so yeah, you'd want and also say you have a 4th guest, that's something we didn't even think about, but you would typically want to have a 5th camera pointing at that person too. But I think you can supplement for that. Say we did a podcast with 4 people, that one camera will hit both of you guys or both of the people that sit over there. So I think it'd work either way. Yeah, there's a lot of big upgrades coming to the podcast this year and over the next, I'd say, year or 2. But hopefully, definitely by the end of this year, we'll have all that shit.
Yo, real talk, I gotta pee.
Go for it.
I drank so much water after that run. I'll be right back.
Go for it.
We can do a pause quick. I want to go check on Tyler real quick.
Go for it. And we're back. Go Get Us Podcast. Uncle Matt, V2. No way you're taking it. No!
Here, you fucking rock the mustache.
Give me the stash, bro. We're swapping stashes on the pod. That's crazy.
That shit was getting annoying.
Bro? How annoying?
On the old lip pillow.
The old upper ducky lick pillows. Let's hope that transition worked out. We don't typically do pauses very often.
We've done a pause before.
We ripped 5 tuggies. We ate fucking. Where are we going out to eat after this, boy? Are we still doing that or what?
You hungry? You guys hungry?
I'm hungry.
I could definitely
Let's
eat.
go to Outback. Or not Outback. Let's go to what's that place called right by Planet Fitness?
Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse.
I was
do
there
it.
yesterday, and I'm going back tomorrow.
Really?
I'll go 3 in a
the
row.
3-day
Really?
Texas Roadhouse
Yeah,
bender.
yeah,
Why were
yeah.
you there yesterday? And why are you going there tomorrow?
I was there yesterday with my parents and my aunt and uncle, and tomorrow I'm going with some of my buddies before I go to Texas.
Check that out. Check that out.
When do you leave for Texas?
A
The
week,
8th.
right?
The 8th?
God
eighth,
damn.
Damn, bro. Yo, we got to go out there to go see him.
I know.
Yeah.
Most def.
Soon. Especially if you have your own place.
Yeah, dude, come anytime. Seriously.
Yeah, let's fucking do it, man. I've always wanted to go to Texas. I was just telling him downstairs before we started. Yeah, this shit is really annoying. I can't.
Dallas,
stop.
Texas.
It's
son.
not, I don't like it. Coming out.
Mine just
Everybody's
popped off
folding, bro. Everybody's folding the
You
stash.
folded first.
Yeah,
did.
you did fold.
I know, but damn, I thought you were supposed to hold the legacy up a little while.
I tried until it just popped off halfway, but
I look like fucking Mario.
fucking you literally did look like
This
Mario.
guy looked like Hitler over here.
More the pistachios. Those things are a fire.
My son, Young X. Come show the camera what you rocking, Rick Gangy. Yes, sir.
There you go.
It's a me, Mario.
Last time we were so much more philosophical. See, this is what happens as you
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
as
I
you go
know.
on with the GG pod. We just
Yeah.
get dumber and dumber every podcast. Huh? Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know how people do mustaches. I can't rock a
Well,
mustache.
I'm sure it doesn't feel like that.
But
Doesn't
dude,
feel
I
like
don't
glue
know.
on
I've
you.
never had a mustache, so I don't fucking know.
This is the most I ever got right here.
Well, the
Did you grow a
little,
beard?
the little bristle.
I kind of can. Right here, I can't grow any hair just in this one spot.
Yeah.
That happens. I don't know
sucks.
why. That happens with Brian too. Brian has that one weird spot on the side of his chin where he just don't grow hair. I don't grow hair at all on my face. I get the little the brush and shit. I think the one time, I swear it was the dumbest decision I ever made. I look like a fucking idiot, but I didn't shave my face for 2.5 months, and I look like a fucking country boy. My shit did not grow in at all. The
Yo.
beard, it was there, but
Speaking of country, me and Matt were just talking about on the run what we did with our friends when we were younger.
yeah.
And I was asking him yo, you ever go to abandoned buildings and shit? He was like, nah. He was like, nah. When we were younger, bro, we played corn tag.
That wasn't when we were younger. That was 11th, 12th grade.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
is corn
yeah.
tag. Tell me
Yeah.
about that.
Dude, I mean, it's exactly what it sounds. You go to a cornfield and
Play
you
tag?
play tag.
In the middle of the night or during the day?
Oh, night. Yeah.
That's
It is,
creepy.
it's dangerous,
That's
dude.
scary.
We got people sprinting down the rows
Yeah.
and just colliding. What's
Bah!
that noise?
Yeah, he's just pissed.
You ever get shot at by a fucking farm owner or something? You fucking boys, get out my yard or some funny shit.
No, but actually, the second time we did it, there was a couple people that were already at the field, and I was with my other buddy, and we were getting ready to go to the field.
Yeah.
And somebody came on one of those side-by-side things, and they drove down in the field, and then they got a flashlight, and they started walking through the rows, and they were just laying there. They were laying in the corn,
Yeah.
trying not to get seen, and then they just ran out of there.
God. Actually kind of sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like I was telling him that sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, there's a movie called Children of the Corn or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I've been in the
classic.
field like the Children of the Corn.
I've been in the like this, yes, sir.
No, it's a good movie though.
It is.
But how's that like? Like, what's the life like growing up in like countryside and like not really being in the city? Like, I mean, we always complain about not having shit to do out here, but like, you motherfuckers are playing corn tag.
Yeah, I mean,
Creative out there.
I mean, there's not really much to talk about. It was, I didn't really hang out with my friends that much
Yeah.
because they were just far away. Like everything is a drive for me. Like if I want to go to the grocery store, it's like a half an hour.
Damn. What was your favorite thing to do when you were younger?
How young? Depends.
Like, from the time you were a young teenager, like a young teenage boy, still in school, 13.
I got really into hunting and fishing for a while. I
Ah.
got really into paintball.
Really? Oh, really, bro? You should have fucking came paintball. Oh,
Yeah.
no, you came. I was about to say that. Never mind. But yeah, no, paintballing's fun.
Yeah, it
Did
is.
you live by like that skirmish place?
No, but we just do it like in the woods behind
Oh,
my
really?
house. Yeah, like we got these little barriers that we
Yeah.
built and stuff. Yeah, yeah. We used to get like big parties together.
That'd be fucking lit. It'd be cool to like own one of them things yourself, or like a spot where you can like just have games and like just get some of your friends together. And just
Skirmish is cool though, man. Shout out to Skirmish.
Yeah, shout out Skirm.
But yeah, it's gonna be different living in where you are now to the middle of Dallas, Texas.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Texas.
How you
Yeah.
think that's gonna be? You think you'll adjust to it?
Yeah, I think so. One of the biggest things actually, it's kind of funny. Like I can't sleep with any noise because I'm so
Really?
used to just silence
Oh,
when I'm
really?
sleeping. So
That's-
that's gonna be different.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
There's some weird shit. As long as I can remember. I mean, again, I'm not like somebody who can't sleep without noise. Like, I don't want to get that mistaken. But from the time I was very young, like, I will always put on like some kind of like YouTube video or some kind of like relaxing video to watch before I would go to sleep and just listen to it as I fall asleep. That's always been what I did. And like podcasts too. I used to just put podcasts on while I would go to sleep. I was never the type that would just fall asleep in silence.
I like at least a ceiling fan or something.
Yeah.
Some type of noise.
Yeah, I mean,
Ambient.
I could sleep with like consistent noise. You know what I mean, like white noise,
Yeah.
or ceiling fan or whatever. But like if somebody like honks their horn, I'm just gonna like wake up. But I don't know if I'll get used to that. I probably
Yeah.
will.
I used to be a big fan of like the ocean waves, like the shit that you could put on YouTube, like the ocean waves or like the snowfall or like whatever. I don't know. Those shits are pretty cool.
Yeah.
They are beautiful to listen to. Fall asleep pretty easy. You guys. I keep thinking about this fucking food. I'm so hungry now. So, boys.
Come on,
Huh?
we got.
I know, we do
What
gotta
we
wait
doing?
the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
up. What's
Get
going
some
on,
coffee or
guys? It's the fucking Go Getters podcast here. We're here with Uncle Matt. Matt, tell him about yourself, brother. How you
Whoa,
doing?
what's going on with monk? What's going on with monk mode? Tell us.
Oh,
about the
yeah,
monk mode thing.
I mean, I didn't really like fully do monk mode, but I just cut my hair and kind of like got more disciplined for a couple weeks, and then I got the
Yeah.
job and everything. Like my schedule got all thrown off, and then I kind of like fell off. So I'm not happy about that.
What's
but,
the idea behind cutting hair?
Yeah, what is that?
it was just kind of a symbol to myself, like that I was just kind of locking it in more. I don't know. Nothing really to it.
Pulling the trigger?
Yeah.
You shave it off? I could never, bro. I would never shave my hair
I'd go
off.
bald. At one point in my life, I want to go completely bald,
Yeah.
like fucking clean bean, and I want to go.
Clean bean.
Facts. And I want to go live with monks and clean bean my shit.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I don't know if I'd ever want to clean bean my shit.
I would. Why not, bro? It grows back.
Yeah, but
Screw it. And it's like, I feel like a lot of what our hair is, it kind of gives us like, it kind of reinforces our ego a little bit. So
yeah, in a
to
way, I
cut
was
the
just gonna
hair
say,
off,
my
it's
hair
like,
is one of my favorite qualities.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable to get
Yeah.
it cut off because I've always had it for as long as I can remember. I had it long.
yeah.
And one thing is with hats. It's a lot better to have a buzz cut with hats because I wouldn't wear hats before because it would mess up my hair.
Yeah,
That's
that's,
nice.
a good point.
Yeah.
I love rocking. Well, I really only rock hats when my hair gets too long and it's too annoying to like just have it. I feel like it looks stupid, so that's like when I'll put hats on. When I have like shorter hair though, I don't really ever wear hats. I can never see myself pulling the monk mode though. That's interesting.
You got like really straight hair, it seems like.
Can we see the do?
Yeah.
Of course,
Oh, let's check it out, son.
Whip it out.
Whip it out. Check out the do, bro.
the do.
Kev, you got a swollen melon on you, dog.
Thanks, brother.
I'm not gonna lie, the melancholy's type swollen.
Really? Is it swollen? Fuck you. Now I'm rocking no hat for the rest of the pod.
Your hair just kind of like, it goes where you want it to, it seems like. And it's very straight.
His
You
mom's a
would think-
hairstylist, so
You would think that, but
got
no,
him in
my
check.
hair is a fucking. It's a feat. It's like battling an octopus.
Yeah.
Really? You think you can fuck up an octopus?
Fuck no, that shit would strangle the fuck out of you, yo. I didn't
Uncle
know he
X,
was rocking the
Check it
fucking.
out, bro. Can we beat an octopus in a fight?
No.
No.
You think Kraken are real?
Huh?
You think Kraken are real?
I did until recently.
Yeah, it's
Yeah?
just a big squid probably.
Like
Bro,
fucking big
somebody,
squid.
I think I was with you and Brian. I think Brian told me. I didn't know a kraken was a mythical creature. I thought that was a real thing. Something that was just.
Yeah, but like think about like those pictures of like ships and like a squid will
Oh,
have this
that's
shit by the
terrifying.
bottom, and, like,
That's
a
terrifying.
Kraken, bro.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that shit.
You know what's so interesting? The fact that a lot of cultures that had no contact with each other all have pictures of dragons.
Bro, I was just about to bring
Yeah.
this shit up.
Yeah.
So like, what's the deal?
I
Like,
don't know.
why are
Maybe
we
they
all
were really
thinking
hearing
of it?
they
Why
just
are we
want
all
us think.
thinking of the flying lizard that breathes fire?
I don't
Well,
know.
maybe there was really just once a flying lizard that breathed fire.
I went into a rabbit hole the other day, and I was like, whoa, like what's the possibility that like dragons could have been real? And it makes sense like that there would be nothing left in terms of like fossils, because if it was a lizard that can fly, it would have like bones similar to that of a bird, which would decompose much quicker over time
Yeah.
and break down. It wouldn't really leave any fossilized remains. You know what I mean?
I always wondered how they were able to tell like what species an animal was by like the bones and like their carbon footprint. I guess one might call
That
it.
is interesting. What do you got? Could a man beat an octopus?
All right.
Fuck no.
Assuming that the octopus is a fully grown one and the scuba gear has no offense or defensive additions, then the octopus would be the only one that could win, as it's in its element.
That's
The
a good
human
point.
could
Like,
only
you're in
escape.
water. But in the air, on land, I'd fucking.
yeah, all you gotta do is
Stomp
karate
him.
chop that motherfucker in the
Yo,
neck.
well,
You ever
that's the
see
little
those
tiny
videos?
ones, though. That's like the
You ever
little
see
one like
those
this big.
videos of like the guys are about to like they'll be about to cook the squid that should be on the John. They just karate chop it in the
It goes
neck
like-
and it just turns white.
No.
Yeah.
You never
It's like
seen
Oh,
that?
transparent.
I did see those.
Yeah,
before.
it'll be like all colored. Like it'll be all purple or red or whatever color they typically are, and then like when you karate chop the neck, it just turns white and clear like instantly. It's so weird.
Bro, there's this one picture of a squid, bro.
What?
Let me show you this shit, dog.
Just
Is
scary.
it the like deep water
Yes.
oil rig? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
See that shit? I don't know.
Let's
I
put
was,
a picture of that right
it's
here.
funny.
I'll send it to you.
Bing! I was thinking about fears. I think this was literally yesterday. Like I was thinking about how like there's a lot of fears that I have that like are kind of like wild in theory when you really think about them. Because like here's just a brief couple some of my fears. Like some of my fears are like bugs, for example. I don't like bugs.
Look at this fucking thing,
Let
bro.
me see. Oh, is it the long thing? Is it the one with the long ass tentacles?
And that's like massive, right?
Yes, I seen that before. Woo, motherfucker! That thing's like an alien, dog. It's a massive motherfucker. Why his legs that long? Where is he
Is that,
going?
like, confirmed that that's real?
I don't know.
That's probably, yo,
idea.
bro. You know what I found out the
I'm
other
gonna
day?
send you a picture of that so you can put it on the pod.
You know what I found out the other day that got me really mad? And I'll put this picture up too. Bing! Fucking, you remember the Russian sleep experiment?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
not real.
No, obviously I know it's not real, but you know, like
Send this to Kevin.
the classic picture. Like, what do you think of when you think of the Russian sleep experiment? It's like that one like
Yeah.
mummified guy like sitting on the bed with his eyes
Yeah.
looking. You know, it's just like it was literally a Halloween decoration that somebody took a picture of on their bed and like black and whited it and like distorted the image a little bit.
I did a project on it.
I
that squid?
seen the picture and that completely ruined it for
Yeah,
me.
that's disappointing.
The Russian
Oh.
sleep experiment. Yeah, no, that was disappointing to find that out. I mean,
What do
I
you-
always
what do you
believed that
think
when I was young.
happens? I don't know. I think that might be real. What do
do
you
you
think
mean?
happens if we don't get sleep for like what do you think would happen if we somehow rigged up something where wherever we got so tired to the point where we would just fall asleep, there would be something that just shocks you awake. Like you're not going to sleep.
I think you would die. I think you would literally go to shock.
Really? Would you die, you think?
Yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Well, I think
X,
like
can you look up if you would I think I've seen somewhere that you actually can't die from a lack of sleep.
that I would have to imagine is not true because it's literally one of the only things besides eating or drinking that we're forced to do as humans.
Look up can you die from a lack of sleep?
Like I think like what's the longest anybody's ever been up for? And like the thing that always like the thing I always question about that is like what's your state of mind at that point? Like you know what I'm saying?
You're probably fucking loony.
Yeah, you're probably fucking
What do you got?
crazy. What's the long or what is he looking up?
Can you die from a lack of sleep?
Okay, directly or indirectly, lack of sleep can lead to death.
Hmm.
And don't discount the effects of sleep loss that can feel like death and make it hard to function.
Yeah, you probably get to a point where you're so like fucked up that you don't even know what reality is.
Well, I think what
How
he's
long is
talking
that?
about. Huh?
Sorry, go ahead.
I think what he's talking about is like sleep. Like if you're losing sleep consistently, like if you're only getting like 3 hours a night, an hour a night, 2 hours a night, like over time that can kill you. But I'm talking about like if you just weren't to sleep from now until however long, would you die from not sleeping at all?
I'd have to imagine
6 to 30 months.
Whoa, yo, really?
Yes.
All right, but like again, like with the
Whoa.
fucking statistics, like who
You're not
studied
even a
that?
person at that point.
No, you're probably literally just stone cold.
You're an organism. You're an organism.
Yeah, you're the fucking
Well,
Russian.
is there
sleep
more on
experiment.
that? Is there more on the six? Was there an actual experiment done?
I think you would literally go into a psychotic break. Like you might kill yourself. That's like what they talked
Yeah,
about.
but you might not have energy to kill yourself.
Yeah, but again, it's all a myth. Like we don't know. But the people in the Russian sleep experiment thing, like
Yeah, they were like eating
gouge their
themselves.
fucking
Yeah.
like necks apart and like just do
Yeah.
crazy shit because like at what point like did you guys ever hear about the like the world's quietest room?
Yeah,
Like that room where it's like
Yeah.
so quiet like you can literally hear the blood moving through your body. I've heard of people having really wild intrusive thoughts in that room itself, and that's like you're awake, like you're normal. You just like it's so quiet that like you start hearing shit, like shit that's not there. That shit always scared me. Like I always like would think like whether or not that shit's real or not. Because I mean, I would like to think I don't have no real like psychotic problems, but like some people, like schizophrenic people, for example, that's just their life. And like, what's that like?
Oh, man, that's scary shit.
I
always
was looking
terrified
capping
me.
on that last one. 11 days, not 6.
11
Yeah,
days?
11 days. 264 hours.
So it's the longest.
Yeah,
11 days?
11 days.
And what
He's probably
happened
doing
to
coke.
There's no like. It says an easy experimental answer for this question is about 264 days.
64 days.
Or hours, my fault. In 1965, Randy Gardner, a 17-year-old high school student, set this apparent world record for a science fair. Several other normal research subjects have remained awake for 8 to 10 days in carefully monitored experiments. None of these individuals experienced serious medical, neurological, or physical problems. On the other hand, all of them showed progressive and significant deficits in concentration, motivation, perception, and other higher mental processes.
So the 11 days is just the record? Like the person didn't die, right?
Yeah, I don't think he died.
No, he just kind of declined cognitively a little bit.
You probably can't
wouldn't
even
say
help it. Like you probably just get to the point where you just slump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't want to live a life where I didn't have to sleep.
Have you ever heard the statistic of the increase in heart attacks the day after daylight savings?
No.
Yeah, so like
Wow.
it's daylight savings when we lose an hour.
Daylight. I think they're all called daylight savings.
Okay, so when we lose an hour of sleep, the percentage of heart attacks goes up significantly the next day.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, people just
Maybe it's just because like maybe it's just because it's not natural. Like you're not used to it. I don't know.
but you lose an hour of sleep, and that kind of just shows the significance of sleep,
Oh yeah.
like of how
mean,
preventative it can be.
Sleep is beneficial for so many
And
things.
I
like
think when
recovery.
you gain an hour of sleep, the level of heart attacks actually decreases.
Makes sense.
I heard that
Tired
from.
motherfuckers.
You ever heard of Professor or Dr. Matthew Walker? He wrote a book called Why We Sleep.
Nah.
I heard that
I
from
feel like
him
you might have mentioned
on a
that.
Rogan pod. I have his book downstairs, but I haven't read it.
Nice.
Some wild shit though.
You just hear about a book and then buy it and hopes to one day read it.
Well, actually, this particular book I found for $3 at some random place, so I just figured I'd buy it because I've already heard of it and I already knew the guy who wrote it. So
That sleep one scares me though, man.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I would love to. I mean, that's like, did they mention like what the guy was doing to stay awake? Like, how was he staying awake for that long?
yeah, some
he was
wild
doing
shit.
coke. He was doing drugs.
You ever see those jobs where like a person has to work like a few days out of the year,
Yeah,
where they have to like go down into like crazy depths of water and
that's
like,
that oil rig
do
shit.
some oil rig shit, or they have to like change a light bulb twice a year, and they get paid like crazy, huh? Like on a crazy cell phone tower or some type of crazy high tower, they have to go and change like a bulb or some type of whatever.
I don't think I would ever want one of them oil rigs. That's like one of my biggest fears.
Would you guys do that for like $500,000 a year? Like
What?
climb up like thousands of feet in the air?
It
Yeah.
depends. You would have to show
Yeah?
me it.
You'd be hooked in.
Huh? Like twice a year.
It depends on how high, but for 500K probably, yeah. And I'm terrified of heights.
Yo, back to what you were saying though, like dark water is terrifying.
Oh yeah. No, I was thinking. I think that's actually my new biggest fear. Like prior, that's where I forgot. I was talking about this before and I completely lost it. But I was thinking about. I think it was either earlier today or yesterday. I was thinking about like why we're scared of things that like, in comparison to other things that you're not scared of. Like it's kind of wild that you're scared of it. Like I mean that probably sounded crazy, but for example, I was saying I don't like bugs. Like bugs freak me the fuck out. But we as creatures, and especially really anybody that has a fear of bugs, like we're still so open to being around way larger, way scarier animals all the time, but we don't get as scared as if a little fucking spider came on the table. But like Jack, big ass, could probably kill all 4 of us, and we're not really scared of him. He's just sitting over there chilling. So I was wondering like why we get so scared over like certain things. I don't know why. I really like the idea of fears. Like that's something that I think about very often. Like how, like, I don't know, just how we come up with certain fears. Some people are scared of shit that other people aren't scared of. And some people are scared of like very wild things like holes. My mom doesn't like holes, like shit like this. I don't get it. That doesn't freak me out, but my mom's not scared of bugs. I'm scared of bugs. She's scared of that, and I'm not. Like, why does that happen to people? Especially like there's no way to describe it. I don't know why I'm scared of bugs. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get fears.
Why do we have those like those natural instincts to be afraid of bugs?
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
Probably like disease. Do bugs carry disease?
Yeah, malaria. I mean, think about malaria.
Yeah.
They're just gross as fuck.
Are they just protection mechanisms to keep us away from things that could kill us?
Yeah, maybe. Probably, right?
But then why are we afraid of like talking to people? Like if you have social anxiety, like that's a very common thing for people.
I think that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's in the same. I don't know. Maybe it's
that has to like do with the outcast thing, like being stoned and like calling these like
right. You want to be accepted. You want to be, you know.
It feels like it's like a different kind of fear though. Like you said, because like a bug, like if you're afraid of a bug, you look at it and you're just trying to get away from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like it's not really the same thing with social anxiety. I don't feel like
maybe that's one of those things where you just like, rather than attempting to stand out and draw attention to yourself, you'd rather just sit back in the shadows. So that way you kind of like the people that like might be out to get you would just avoid you. If you're not like really a problem, you just stay in the back. You don't talk at all. Like you're not really a threat to anybody. So why focus on that person? You should probably like, if you're somebody who wants power, you should probably focus on the bold motherfucker that's doing a lot of talking, that wants to, you know, talk to everybody and has like that charisma and shit like that. So, yeah, maybe that's where that comes from. I don't know, but I think about that shit all the time, man. Fears bug me out because I don't know why. Like I was saying before, I don't know why I have fears about some things that other people just find, like roller coasters. I don't fucking like roller coasters. I don't like heights. I don't like roller coasters. I don't like none of that shit. Some people, that's their favorite thing to do, go on roller coasters. I don't get it. It never made sense to me.
I feel like if you do it a couple of times, you'd probably be less scared. So maybe that's just part of it. Like they did it when they were young, and like just slowly introducing them to that thing.
You definitely get desensitized, but I don't. Cause for me, I've ridden plenty of roller coasters. It never got any better. I rode the world's tallest roller coaster. That shit didn't help.
Damn.
Yeah.
That made it worse.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say it necessarily made it worse either, but it didn't make it better. You would think like you get feeded with like the hardest thing in terms of your fears. That's like the hardest thing in terms of heights. That's probably the most trouble I ever have to go to in terms of my fear of heights. And I conquered that, but that didn't make heights any less scary for me. Even just like a regular bridge, like it's still like not like a bridge that you drive over, but like the Black Diamond. Like if you're walking on a Black Diamond, you gotta look down. Like it's still like that fear is still there, and I don't know why. I don't know how you break those kinds of fears. I don't know if they ever really go away. I think you just get desensitized from them, especially with talking. Because I know I hear like a lot of performers talk about that, like having social anxiety, but you got to get up on stage and talk in front of people. It doesn't like ever get better. You just get desensitized to it.
You don't get better. It doesn't get better. You just get stronger.
Yeah. Well, in a way, you figure out what it is. It's not like it really ever goes away, but it's still in the back of your mind. But you know what it is. You've been here before. I've experienced this. I know what it is. You just get like, I guess, more mentally intelligent on how to handle your emotions.
Question, Kevin. How scared were you on the biggest roller coaster in the world or whatever?
Terrified.
So maybe that relates to like that zone of proximal development. Maybe that was too scary to allow you to kind of introduce yourself slowly to that and make that fear better. You know what I mean?
I don't like with that, say like that specific one, like what I did on that roller coaster. I don't think there was any making that better. I think even for like experienced people that love roller coasters, I don't think like there's much about that I don't think there's any way to prepare yourself for that.
I get what you're saying though. Like if you were to go on a kiddie roller coaster first,
and work your way up,
and then go on like, you know, the next one up, and then you continue to, you know, incrementally get to the world's tallest roller coaster. You'd probably be less scared that way than by just going on the world's largest roller coaster.
It's not like the best comparison, but it's like kind of like weightlifting in a way. It's like not many people can hop under 215
Yeah,
pounds and bench
progressive
press it.
overload.
But if you like progressively work your way to that, you could do it. So like I wonder, maybe that is a shout. I don't know. I think it's definitely kind of similar to what I was saying before though about like social anxiety. It's like you can do it and you could do it for a long time. It might not ever go away, but you'll get better at handling it. That's like where I think I'm at, because I was kind of like that when I'm younger. I think I'm a lot less like that now. I don't really mind talking to anybody now, but it's always still there. You always still think about it. So I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting. Fears fucking trip me out. I don't know why.
Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole the other day. I was telling you guys about this. Like, I was just fascinated with like famous ships sinking.
Yeah.
Like watching the Titanic sink, and then watching, I think it's called the Olympic. There's a boat called the Olympus.
Wasn't that the other Titanic? The one that they think was the Titanic?
The brother of the Titanic.
Yeah.
Yo, did you know there's a book called The Titan that was written 2 years before the sink of the Titanic? Is that how it goes?
I heard about that. Yeah.
And it was about the singing of the
And it
Titanic.
was about this, infamous ship, biggest in the world, and it hit an iceberg and sunk.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Coincidence, you think?
Coincidence? Yo, bro.
Well, the story. Well, go ahead.
Can you look that up? Can you look up that book, The Titan?
The thing about Olympus though, like that makes perfect sense though, because like you got to think in terms of like insurance money, like collecting insurance money, because that's what they said it was for. If you just take a ship that's supposed to be like the grandest ship in the world, the most expensive ship in the world, but you don't obviously want to ruin that. It's like, why would you go buy a brand new iPhone and just smash it to get a different one? You know what I mean? It's like, why ruin that? We could ruin this other boat that looks very similar, damn near identical, but it's older. It's like, we have this new and improved one. Let's just sink that one, claim it was the other one, get the insurance money, and just
Wait,
run away.
I'm confused. Is this like some sort of conspiracy theory with the Titanic?
That's the conspiracy. I don't know if the name of it's Olympus or not. That's like what they said before. But so there's the Olympus and the Titanic. The Titanic was the ship that we all think sunk, or that's like what the world thinks is the Titanic sunk. But the Olympus was like a brother ship to the Titanic, where they like looked very identical, like they were very similar. But the Olympus is a lot older, I think, is how the story goes. So the idea was that they purposely sank the ship to collect insurance money, because you can get I was going to say a boatload, ironically. You get a boatload of money for like doing insurance claims. A lot of people do that with businesses too. I don't know if you ever like have heard of that, but like a lot of the times when a business goes up in flames, like it catches on fire, that's just to collect insurance money.
People do that with humans.
Whoa. Yeah. That's nuts. But like in terms of like husbands and like wives and shit, like you'll hear about like murders because they were trying to collect their life insurance or shit like that. Yeah, it's a real thing. Insurance money's nuts. But as that story goes, is like right as the Titanic was set to voyage or whatever, because this is like where this, and maybe I'm just not very like knowledgeable in the situation, 'cause I never really understood this part.
I gotta go walk Tyler out. BRB.
Go for it. But if it's at the dock, I think you'd be able to tell whether or not it was the Titanic or the Olympus. So at some point, they would have had to switch the two out. It's a big-ass ship. I don't really know how you would do that. But as the story goes, again, they actually voyaged the Olympus, and that is what they purposely sunk and, like, made it, obviously go down to just be able to collect the insurance money for the Titanic.
So where did the Titanic go then?
I think it's still there. Well, I mean, if it was... Again, I'm not very... I heard about this story like years ago. I'm kind of just like rephrasing like kind of what I remember. But what I would have to guess is if the two ships were very identical, it'd be very easy to just say this was the Titanic. Ship A is the Titanic. Ship B is Olympus. They voyaged ship B and it sank. The Titanic looks exactly like the Olympus. You could just say the Titanic was the Olympus, and you could just say the Olympus was the Titanic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You can kind of just interchange the two. But it's very interesting. That's another thing that, like, I know it's going to sound like very tinfoily or tinfoil hatty, but, like, conspiracies boggle the fuck out of my mind. Like, I go down rabbit holes often and just shit, 'cause I'm very, like, interested to know. I never, like... I'm somebody who's just willing to jump on one side or the other. Like, I'm not, like, a very, like... I'm going to take this stance because I feel that way about something. I like seeing a lot of things from both sides. So I always like if you give me a new theory about fucking, like the Titanic, for example, anything. Like if you give me a new theory, like some shit I never heard of, it really interests me. And I like to think about how it could have been possible and also how it might not have been possible. That's just shit that I don't know. I like to do in my brain.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the word like conspiracy theory has been kind of politicized recently. So like I just like the cool ones that are like the Titanic like that, or aliens or whatever, stuff like that. Yeah.
Shit that we can't prove. Like, I'm very drawn to things that we don't understand. Because I think, like, as a species, one thing we try to do is we try to understand everything. We want to know the hows and the whys and the ins and the outs of everything that we create. That's why we're creators. That's why we're innovators, because we want to know everything. And there's certain shit we'll just never know the answer to. So I think like in terms of, I used the word creative before for the opposite reason, but I think that really brings the creativity out of me. Like it really brings, and I think it should for most people, but it really brings the creativity out of me in the sense that like your brain gets to like actively form new ideas about things that you just don't understand. So you're never wrong. Like it's stupid to say somebody's wrong about something we have no answer to.
Yeah.
Because like you can't prove it.
Yeah.
So shit like that always interests me.
How much stuff do you think has happened that we just have no idea about? Like, even just more specifically, like just events with like provable things that could be proven but just haven't yet, like we just don't know about. Things that have happened with governments and even recently, like just in the past 200, 300 years. Like
we're in the
so
dark.
much.
I think we're in the dark, bro.
So much.
yeah.
Yeah, we're in the dark about a lot of shit. I mean, think about all that. Think about all that Kennedy shit. Like,
Yeah, like that's so interesting. Yeah.
Apparently, I heard, and again, I don't know how true this is. I don't do my research on a lot of these things. I just hear it one place, and I kind of just like, everything you hear on the internet is true. So, I heard that apparently Joe Biden had the ability to release like very unclassified, or what? That's the word for it, right?
Oh, we're taking a stance here.
No, I'm not taking a stance.
I'm just kidding.
Is it declassified? All right.
Very classified means
Yes.
like
Oh, classified. It's, it's just classified. Okay, so very classified documents about what happened during the Kennedy assassination, like shit that we don't know about it. And they had apparently this year, because they set like time frames on these things, obviously, because everybody's idea is like they just want to wait until certain people pass away so they're not really affected by like what actually happened. That's at least like the theory on why they set those time periods. But apparently it was either in 2020 or 2021 that window expired, and they had the ability to either unclassify the shit that was classified or to just reclassify it. They chose to reclassify it. So you always got to wonder like why. Like we obviously know Kennedy got assassinated. Why can't we know how it happened?
Yeah.
That interests me because they're obviously hiding something. Mm-hmm. If it was just a random assassination, like who did they think killed Kennedy? What was his name? I forget.
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yes. If it was actually Lee Harvey Oswald, why not just say that? Or why not just declassify the document? If we know what happened, why don't you declassify
There's
it?
more about it.
Well, and he got killed like the next day or something in court. He was walking.
Yeah, he got shot in the stomach.
Yeah.
Came out of the court and it went.
Yeah.
Shot him right in the stomach.
And you always got to think too.
The excuse of the person who killed them, like the motive, was that he didn't want Jackie Kennedy to have to go through the court proceedings or something like that. Like that's you're not gonna shoot somebody because of that. You
that's
know what I mean?
crazy. And you always got to think like in terms of like modern time shit. Like what the Epstein killed himself. That motherfucker. And what? Are you crazy? That motherfucker knew so much shit about so many people that why would, and especially because he's locked up, the man got nothing to lose. Like, why would you want a guy like that just on the loose, just able to talk? You'd fucking off him. That's what you would do. You'd fucking, I know like if, and I just am just playing the devil's advocate, but if I knew that there was somebody with very high power, very wealthy that I didn't like that was opposing to me and I knew can like burn everything I had down in an instant, what would you do to that person? You would try to get rid of them somehow, right?
We've just been talking about the United States, but imagine stuff that we don't know, like from the Soviet Union or like the Nazis. Like imagine the stuff that they did that nobody knows about.
There's certain theories
tests.
that Hitler was a plant. Like he wasn't even like it wasn't. He was just.
Oh wait, I thought
no.
First reaction
was he was a plant, like
continue,
a plant.
He was actually a cactus, bro. Like going back, it makes sense. Nah. I mean,
Drink
like,
a little bit of water.
Yeah, right.
Turn into a human.
Nah. But like he was just the guy that they put in that position to make the moves. But there was really like puppet masters in the back that were kind of choreographing the agenda that he was, talking about.
Yeah, that's wild.
There's an episode of Rogan with a guy who I believe is convinced that Hitler didn't kill himself and he escaped and went to South America.
Yeah, that's an actual theory. That was an actual theory for the longest time.
Well, Germans, like it's proven that like people from the Nazi Party did go there and did like claim this village and they named it it's like a German named town and everything.
Yeah.
And there's like descendants of these people who live in that town and who still reside in that town.
Yeah.
And they're like still Nazis, aren't they?
I don't
They
know
have
about
swastikas
that.
and stuff. Or?
Maybe I'm gonna
nuts.
say that they're probably just normal people, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
I shouldn't say that without knowing. I don't know.
That's insane. But I mean, I don't know. That theory is always there.
You know what's a weird one, bro? X, can you look up the Kennedy Lincoln comparison?
Oh, this is insane.
This
Wait,
is
I don't think it's Kennedy and Lincoln. Is it?
It is. No, it is 100%. No,
Really?
yeah. Because Marilyn Monroe and Monroe Theater, and then they were driving the car and all this. Other
Yeah,
wild shit.
it's wild.
No, go on images and just look up just look up
Here,
the distinct differences or the distinct similarities between.
I'll see if I can find
The
it. 'Cause
two.
I found one the one day and it blew my mind.
They just ran out of NPCs
There's
and they
like-
just had to
Yeah.
reuse.
There's like 30
you
of
got
them.
them? Do you have like the list?
Show Kevin before you.
This
read it.
is wild too. Let me see.
Did it go?
Yeah,
in?
that's it.
Go ahead.
Bro, and mind you, like, just look at this page, right? That's how big that page is. That's all of the comparisons. But just let him,
Read the
Go
whole
ahead.
thing.
Sit back.
Both Lincoln and Kennedy were concerned with civil rights. Lincoln was elected president in 1860, Kennedy in 1960. Both were slain on a Friday and in the presence of their wives. Both were shot from behind and in the head. Their successors, both named Johnson, were Southern Democrats and both were in the Senate. Andrew Johnson was born in 1908 and Lyndon Johnson was born in 1908.
1808, 1908.
Yeah, my fault. John Wilkes Booth was born in 1938. Lee Harvey Oswald was born in 1938.
1819. 1838.
Am I getting that mixed up? All right,
1938,
my fault. Okay. Booth and Oswald.
We're spitting a lot of facts on this spot.
Oswald were Southerners favoring unpopular ideas. Both presidents' lives lost children through death while in the White House. Lincoln's secretary, whose name was Kennedy, advised him not to go to the theater. What theater?
He got killed
Yeah,
in
he
the
got
theater.
murdered
Oh,
in the
okay, okay.
theater.
Kennedy's secretary, whose name is Lincoln, advised him not to go to Dallas.
That's
John-
insane.
John
That one's
Wilkes
weird.
Booth shot Lincoln in a theater and ran to a warehouse. Lee Harvey Oswald shot Kennedy from a warehouse and ran to a theater. The names Lincoln and Kennedy each contain 7 letters. The names Andrew Johnson and Lyndon Johnson each contain 13 letters. The name John Wilkes Booth and Lee Harvey Oswald each contain 15 letters. Both assassins were killed before being brought to trial. Both Johnsons were opposing for re-election by men whose names start with G.
That isn't as convincing as
Yeah.
I thought it was.
No, I was gonna say, like, I feel like a lot of the dates and shit, like a lot of those things are like NFL stats. Like those are those like weird, crazy stats that
Yeah.
like don't make any sense. But I mean, some of them are odd though. Like
That wasn't as cool as I thought it would be, though. I read that one time and was like, whoa.
Whoa,
But that
right?
wasn't as cool.
Yeah,
like,
I was
as I
much
thought it
younger
was
the
gonna
first
be.
time I heard that. But yeah, I mean, it's still like weird. Like I think like the similarities, sure, like there's a lot of similarities. A lot of those could just be like bullshit. But I think it is interesting nonetheless. Like those types of situations we'll never really know. And a lot of that, because I know you're talking about like that puppet master shit that happens in like other countries, but I think that that's something that probably happens here too. Like how much, like this is, because this is how I look at it.
Oh, I see the Marilyn Monroe one.
Yeah, there's
Men had affairs with her.
both,
That's-
not
that's
with
weird.
Marilyn Monroe, but
It says Marilyn Monroe.
Lincoln did not
Yeah,
fuck
it's-
Marilyn Monroe,
yeah,
dog.
that's impossible.
That's not how that works.
Oh, wait, well, not, was this the name?
Probably.
Could have been like someone with that name.
What?
Let
What
me-
does it
let me-
say?
yeah, let me
What does
see.
it say?
With the same name?
Yeah, with the same name.
Both men had affairs with men.
They say,
Yeah, it
oh,
does say both men had affairs with Marilyn Monroe, but no, I mean, fucking Lincoln was from a way different time.
Oh, Lincoln was from the fucking 1800s.
Yeah, but maybe it was
It could have been
a
different-
different person with the
Yeah.
same name.
I think what happened was I saw one like this. I saw one where Lincoln was killed in Monroe, Maryland,
Oh.
and let's see, and Kennedy had an affair with Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, this last one's ridiculous. I feel like,
The president one?
yeah, I mean, I feel like this one has to be a joke because it says both men were president at the time they were shot. The word president has 9 letters. I mean, obviously, they were both presidents.
They just observed that the word had 9 letters.
Fucking President Kevin Kaskey has 9 letters too. That's fucking odd. But no, what I was getting at though is I think like, think of how wild it sounds, right?
Oh, and it was also at Ford's Theater, and he was driving like a some type of Ford.
yeah,
Yeah.
something wild.
But like
Yeah.
Bullets are everywhere. You know?
Yeah, facts. For 100%.
Yeah, there's a lot of those things
Yeah.
could like just easily be playing off. But like, all right, so say for example, like as the president of America, like you're probably in one of, if not the most prestigious positions in all of the world, right?
Yeah.
We could probably all make that assessment. So you obviously have to know a thing or two about like what's going on behind the scenes. But like, how much would you really want to allow somebody to know that can only potentially be president for 8 years? Don't you think some of those motherfuckers would just run with that information and tell everybody? Or I feel like kind of what I'm getting at is like, how much do you really tell those people? Like, how much do you really tell the people that are only going to be there for a little while versus like, say the families that have forever been in politics, like that probably know like a great deal about a whole lot of things that like we don't understand. Why would you tell like, say like a crazy motherfucker like Trump, by the way, like for example, that was only president for 4 years. Like, how much are you really going to tell that guy that you don't think he'll just run and go tell the world?
Imagine that talk. Like you just get elected president and they sit you down in a room and they just start telling you stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's what they say.
God, Matt.
I forget the comedian, but I heard a really hilarious bit about that one time about like when you first get sat down in like that room and like they're telling you like I think it was literally about like who killed Lincoln. I think that's like what the joke was about, but that's like and again like kind of back to what we were saying, like there has to be puppet masters. So who's telling these people this?
I don't think the president gets all the information though.
So then who's like, that's what I'm getting at. Like who is above him then? Who
The
knows?
deep state.
Yeah, the deep state.
Ooh.
It's me, Kevin.
It's
Matt, Uncle Matt.
It's Uncle Matt. Is the deep state a real thing?
Huh? Probably.
deep state?
I
You
don't
ever
think
heard
I
of that?
understand that
I've
enough.
heard the word, but I don't know what it refers to.
The deep state is like the people who are in the backgrounds of government that
Yeah.
like don't have any elected
like
dates,
the Black Rocks,
or they don't
and the
have any.
fucking-
No, they don't have any like termination. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't have like 4-year terms or anything like
You
that.
think
They
it's
just,
those
they just
people?
been there forever and like they, are all inside on all the information and stuff like that. People who work at like the Pentagon who've been
Yeah.
working there for 40 years, 30 years, stuff like that. I think that's
Well.
considered the deep state. The people who, have been there for years and know all the answers and know all the people.
I would never want to be one of those people.
I mean, there are positions of government that don't have termination dates, right?
Yeah.
So like, what's your incentive to leave? You know what I mean? Like,
But specifically people in power, like,
yeah.
that don't have termination dates. Like not like the secretary of somebody. Obviously, she doesn't have a termination date, but like,
Gotta have some clearances. And
how
shit,
much?
right?
How much?
Can't be the secretary.
Is there a termination date on the attorney general?
Don't know.
I don't know. I'll
Gotta
look
do
it up.
a fair bit of googling. Yo, Ziv.
What is the
Give it a
attorney
goog.
general?
Huh?
I don't understand government at all.
Me
So
neither.
I,
Lydia,
it's
if
something
Lydia
I
heard this,
shy
she'd be
from.
cutting my ass right now.
It's something I shy from.
My-
Truthfully.
what?
My girl is super into like politics and stuff like that, and she knows everything government.
Mm.
So if she heard this, I said she'd be cutting my ass right now.
Yeah. I don't like diving too deep into it. That's it.
I know we're on some icy grounds right now.
Well, no, you get that. Well,
Thin
fuck
ice.
that.
Let's
Fuck that.
let's get
fuck the thin ice.
philosophical and talk like,
What do you got?
I don't know. Give me a topic. Let me look up philosophical topic and then we'll just roll with
Why
that.
don't you tell us your theories on the patriarchy?
Yeah, tell us about the patriarchy and postmodernism.
I
As
don't
Jordan
know.
Peterson would put it.
I know you got some shit
I don't
on
know
this.
what postmodernism is.
I don't know either.
I don't know anything about postmodernism, but the patriarchy.
That's just a funny
Yo, what are
word.
you setting me up with, dude? Like,
Yo, Matt, so
I-
what do you think about the patriarchy, man?
I don't know what the patriarchy is. Like, are we really a patriarchy?
Are we a male-dominated society?
Are we?
Yeah, are we?
So how controversial am I supposed to get right now?
Get as fucking controversial as you want.
Yeah,
bro.
just yeah.
So
Talk like the mics
I-
aren't on.
clearly, if you look at the numbers, there are more men in positions of power than women.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the question really is that because of systemic reasons, or is that just because men biologically are more inclined to seek positions of power? That's the question.
That's the big
And
debate, right?
That is the big debate, and I think I know the answer to it, but
You're willing to fucking put it all on the table right now?
no.
No?
No, that's fair. I mean, sometimes, man, like you don't want. I mean, who wants to go through that?
And I think it has changed over the years. I think the answer used to be different.
You're leaving
You know
us
what I
in the dark on that one.
I
man.
think I understand exactly what he means. I'm not
I
gonna
don't know
elaborate.
what I
though.
want to say.
Really?
I'm not
Are we
gonna-
not there yet? We haven't
I don't-
evolved yet on the GG pod that we
Uh.
can't fucking speak our minds a little bit?
You got me.
No, I mean,
Raise-
I think,
raise some
I think-
controversy
no,
a little
no, no.
bit?
I think you could, but it's like no
I
matter what stance you take, like you're just opening the floodgates. That's why I typically just try to shy away from the political shit regardless, because you're never going to satisfy anybody. And I think like with the people that like, I'm not going to say the people that truly care about this because that could be taken the wrong way, but the people that really invest themselves into those kind of things, I always like to imagine like, where's that coming from? Like, why?
No such thing as bad publicity, bro.
No, of course
Fucking
not.
Put it out there.
But I mean, I kind of just gave my piece on
Should
it.
Dana White have smacked his wife?
Should he have?
Should he have smacked his wife?
smacked
I mean,
his wife?
I don't know
Yeah.
the situation,
Okay,
but
let's
I
try
would
to put the
have
video.
to say no.
No, let's not
No,
violate
yeah,
Uncle
Dana,
Yeah,
I
shout
fuck
out
with you.
White.
Dana
Shout
White,
out to the
UFC.
You can't
Come on.
shout him out. If you just
Yeah, come on, you're ruining that
Well,
one.
whatever. I don't know if you
I
should
mean,
smack.
obviously, no.
You probably shouldn't smack your
no,
wife.
you probably shouldn't. Again, like we
I
don't
would
know.
agree with that,
Yeah.
yeah.
We don't know the circumstances, but like the circumstances.
never
really
smack your
happen
wife.
for
well,
it.
okay, what if your wife is physically stronger than you and she attacks you?
Well,
She's
that's-
physically stronger than you, then she deserves to get it. Like if I'm dating Juliana Pena, right?
Yeah.
She ain't like the dinner. She ain't like she was getting a little testy, right? A little
You
chirpy,
cooked the
right?
dinner?
Yeah, and I cooked the dinner, right?
Oh shit, bro.
And I was like
on,
Julie,
man.
come on, like I put my all into this.
You
She,
wore the
like,
apron and everything?
Stood up like on the table.
Did you
and
wear the
shit,
apron
did
when you
that,
cooked
and
the dinner?
smacked me, right?
Yeah.
What do I do?
Well, you're
I mean,
not
'cause
gonna.
she-
What the
You're
fuck are you
not
gonna do?
fight her. I mean,
Yeah, but
you're
like-
What the fuck are
fine.
you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you gonna?
Are you into that shit though, dog, or what?
What?
What do you think? Are you into that shit?
What?
You're into like bitches smacking you?
Why
Not
the
bitches,
fuck
women.
would-
I meant
Right,
women.
come
I don't
on,
want to
Darrian?
go there. Yo,
Come on, brother.
chill,
No,
chill,
I'm not
chill.
into that.
Really?
Who would be into that?
Are you
I mean,
into, like,
some people are.
Putting on a cute apron and cooking meals?
Yeah, I can get down with that.
Yeah?
No, I'm joking.
well.
I mean, yeah, I like to
That-
get down.
That brings up an interesting question though that I'm thinking about. Like, what if you're dating a female MMA fighter? Like,
Oh, you
what are
better
the-
be an MMA fighter yourself.
Like, I don't think. Obviously, I don't think people should hit each other that are dating each other, right?
No.
But when it gets to the point of self-defense, if she's hitting you, what are you gonna do?
Well, why does she have to be stronger than you? Like, what if she's not stronger than you, but she hits you and she's like trying to hurt you? Then what do you do?
Where
could-
do you draw the line?
It could be the same thing. Like it should, like you were saying, it should never get physical either way. But for the most part, like I would have to imagine that's a thought that goes through women's head all the time. Like when you're dating a man that's
Right.
much bigger and much more powerful than you, that's a situation we will probably never have to be faced with. Like which one of us are really going to take down a female UFC fighter and really have to be faced with that situation? We don't know. But I think like for most girls, that's probably like, especially if you have like a boyfriend with an actual like abusive or like physical tendency to like do crazy shit, like that's probably a thought that goes through your head. Like if shit really went south, like I can't defend myself against this person. So like, what do you do? That's a good question.
I really feel for women in that position because I can't even imagine that. Being a man, I can't
No,
imagine what that's like.
no, I can't either. Me and my
It's scary.
friend Malik had to stop. There was this a girl that was getting like harassed badly outside of McDonald's the one day. I forget what we were doing, and I don't even know why. It was just me and him, but we saw that shit and we had to like get out and stop him. Like we were like, "Yo, like what the fuck are you doing?" or whatever. And, like some girl like was really like kind of not. I won't say she was getting held down. Again, I don't even really remember the full story, but I remember this guy was like just screaming at this girl that was like sitting on the ground, and she was like bawling her eyes out, and it like he like looked like he was like about to hit her and shit. So yeah, we had to do something. But that was crazy. That shit, I don't know. That's fucked, man. Wow, what a route.
Yeah, we're really touching on the topics here.
Back to the conspiracies, man. So, Matt, how do you think the pyramids were built, brother?
You know, I think probably the aliens with their spaceships.
And the antennas, right?
Yeah,
serious?
No,
Oh.
Really?
man, this is pretty interesting too because I feel like there's some merit to the ideas that there was once a very advanced civilization that was like as advanced or more advanced than us, and it was wiped out.
Yeah.
I mean, that gets a little wild with that theory. But
No,
like,
it's funny you said that, bro, because I think I have that same. I'm not gonna say I think. I really do have that belief that I think. You know how advanced we are? Like we always say, like this is the most advanced this human species of the human civilization has ever gotten, us, because we have these cool lights and we have these fucking gadgets and gizmos and shit like that. But who's to say that there wasn't a whole nother species of people prior to us that got way smarter or were equally smart, whatever. They just did the same shit we did, and then they just fucking nuked the planet to oblivion, and then it just fucking came back one day, and here we are, and we have no proof that they were ever around because everything's gone. Everything got evaporated. You know what I mean? Like, that's a possibility. It's like the fucking purgatory. Like, there's no way of knowing, like, what happened before we were here. How far back can you really go in terms of, like, time frame?
Did you ever see with the pyramids, like the perfect 90-degree angles that we can't even replicate to this day?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
I think they're also in alignment with like specific stars too.
Yeah.
There's 3 different pyramids that are like exactly in alignment with. I don't know which specific stars they are, but something like that.
Either
which is
way,
incredible, which is insane.
Either way, it doesn't make sense. If it was done by people, it doesn't make sense. If it was done by aliens, it doesn't make sense. If it was done by a fucking gorilla with 3 heads, it doesn't make sense. No matter what, we can't fucking explain what happened there, and I don't think we really ever will. But
I don't know. I don't know if I could get down with a reality in which there was a civilization as intelligent as we are today.
how not?
I think there'd have to be some type of remnant, like something left behind.
Yeah, you would think that, but like, say we go to a fucking nuclear war with Russia, like, what happens to everything?
I think even if it were to come to a nuclear war, there'd be something left behind to gauge our intellect, some type of fragment of technology or something.
Maybe there was. Maybe they just never found it, or maybe we never found it.
Well, we see the pyramids. We see there's certain stones that we know that they would have used for the pyramids that have like cuts in them that leads us to believe that there was some type of like high-powered saw that they had access to.
Well, this comes back to like the whole like intelligence thing. Is like we like to think that we know and understand everything. I think like there's certain things that like we just don't understand, so we try to piece it together. And like we like to think that we're smarter than we are sometimes, that we understand things that we don't.
I'm gonna watch this episode one day when I'm like not 22. I'm gonna think that I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, I'm sure most people that do podcasts feel that way at some point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch this shit ripped one day and be like, yo, we were on to something. I'm gonna be like fucking 32 and we're gonna find out the pyramids were made by fucking kangaroos and
alligators?
Yeah, and alligators. And
Bro, I gotta go eat a fucking steak. What are we doing?
you guys wanna go eat a steak?
Yeah.
What do you guys
I'm down
think?
to do that, yeah.
What a philosophical podcast we
Yeah.
had here today,
This is
guys. I'm
interesting.
excited.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited for our fucking Columbia trip. We gotta do another one of these when we come back and talk
69.
about the revolutions. Yeah, we'll do number 69 too. I mean, well, this one will be
We gotta sharpen these up a little bit. though.
41.
Yeah, I like to get into the philosophical stuff more.
Yeah. Word.
Yeah, let's get into that more next time.
I'm a wildcat, brother. I'm down to talk about
I'll
whatever.
bring some bullet points.
Yeah, let's fucking
cool.
do it. Yeah. You know what, guys? Fucking thanks for watching. Banger Pod. Thank you for being here, Uncle Matt.
Drink Prime.
Drink Prime. Energy. We're going to go eat some steaks. We love you guys. Peace the fuck out.